Hi, my name's James, and this is my baptism story. I was brought up in a Christian family, so I've always sort of had felt like I've had God with me in some way, shape, or form. Um, when you're younger, you learn the stories at sort of like Sunday school, but you're not really sure what it all means and how it all fits together. Life before was, I felt like God was with me, but not like I was with God. And I think that's what life was like before, certainly. So when I was about 13, I went on a camp, a Christian camp over the summer, and it was just somebody explained it to me, how simple following Jesus is. It's just, there's all these stories, there's all the prophecies, there's all the parables, but ultimately this is what it boils down to. This is what it boils down to, and it's that God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. And that was just such a key moment, just eureka moment, like, oh my gosh, this is how it all comes together. This is why Jesus died. This is why he came back. And it wasn't because I am a sinner, it's because he loves me. And that was just such an amazing truth. So what changed kind of straight away was I felt like it was a two-way relationship. It wasn't suddenly, God trying to reach to me and me just sort of sat there, reading these Bible stories out of my kid's Bible or whatever. It was suddenly I wanted to go back to God. I started praying every day. I started talking to God. I started listening to God. I started trying to see God in my life. And it's that understanding that suddenly it's Father and Son. And it was that understanding like, oh my gosh, this is how much he loves me. And nothing I can ever do will ever match what he's done for me. And that's true of my earthly dad, and it's true of my mum as well, but it's also true of God. And nothing I ever do can ever amount to what they've done for me. And that's incredible. So I think that I've sort of, though, whilst accepting that, I sort of got caught up in who I was. I never felt like I was good enough. I always felt like there was something holding me back, or I'll get baptized when I'm this good. It's that checklist that, everyone feels like they've got to try and tick off, but we can't tick everything off. There will never be a perfect time for me to do this according to, almost my own moral compass or God's moral compass. And actually he just wants me to do it. And that was just, a real realisation that actually I'm never going to be good enough. I've just got to go for it. So I felt like that I understood everything and I knew God when I was 13 years old. But quite often when you go away on, camps or to festivals, you get this real sense of high. You're surrounded by other Christians. There's this real sense of fellowship, and it's such an amazing experience. Then you go home and things, you get planted back in the real world, and it was like you suddenly realise again your own faults, and you start picking at yourself. And there's the encouragement perhaps that I needed just to say, James, God loves you, and just that constant reminder, God loves you. Just maybe he wasn't there, and it was through this I just sort of never felt like I was good enough, never felt like that I was worthy to be God's son. I was stuck in this perpetual motion of, or maybe now's the right time. Oh no, but this is wrong. Or maybe now's the right time. Oh, but this is wrong. And actually, there is no right time by, if that's the criteria, then there is no right time. And so now I've eventually just realised that actually this is something you've just got to do. You've just got to stand up and say, do you know what, God loves me. And I'm going to say it publicly and proudly and with a smile on my face.